In this video, I'm reviewing the Vipdrive Urbanite 1.2 e-bike, which is Vipdrive's 26-inch commuting electric bike designed for affordability and utility. I'm going to be going over the unboxing and assembly process and go in-depth on the build and features, and do an acceleration test, a braking test, a hill climb test, and a review on how it rides. So let's get to it. The Urbanite comes in a standard bicycle shipping box, but it is heavy, so make sure to be careful when moving, and I do recommend having someone help you move it. After opening, the bike was assembled about 80%. All you have to do is remove all the packing foam and zip ties, install the handlebars, front wheel, front fender, headlight, seat, rear rack, and the pedals. Include in the box the necessary tools and instruction manual. The whole process only took me about 20 or 25 minutes, with most of my time being spent cutting off the zip ties and putting on the front wheel. The bike is not hard to put together, but there's a lot of things to install, so just take your time. When I went through the bike, all the bolts were tight, and it powered up no problem. The motor is a 500 watt brushless rear hub motor that has a peak output of 750 watts. It provides 55 Nm of torque and assistance up to 22 miles per hour. Powering the bike is a removable 48 volt, 7.8 amp hour lithium battery that's UL certified and has a max range of 50 miles using pedal assist. The brakes are mechanical disc brakes, with 160mm rotors both in the front and in the rear. The drivetrain is a Shimano 7-speed with a 28-tooth cassette and a 36-tooth chainring. The bike comes with 26-inch wheels and tires with a 1.95-inch width. And for added comfort, there's a front fork with 100mm of travel. And for additional safety, there's also a front headlight and a rear tail light that also serves as a brake light. The bike also comes with a couple of nice accessories, including a fold holder that works really well and a rear rack that measures 15 inches by 6 inches and has a weight capacity of 33 pounds. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, testing out the Vipdrive Urbanite 1.2, is to verify the speedometer accuracy of the bike versus a GPS app. I'm in speed level 1. The bike says 9.5 to 9.6 miles per hour. The app says 9. Perfect. Next, we're going to check speed level 2, which according to the bike is 13.3 miles per hour. App is going between 12 and 13. It's close enough. So the last speed we're going to do is speed level 3, which I believe is 22 miles per hour. Okay, bike's at, wow, it's 21.7, 21.6, and 21 on the GPS app. Next thing we're going to do is check out the acceleration using only the throttle to 22 miles per hour. Ready, and go. 10, 15, 20, 22. Not bad at all. So for the final results, the Urbanite 1.2 went 0 to 10 in 3.7 seconds, 0 to 15 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds, 0 to 20 in 9.7 seconds, and to the top speed of 22 miles per hour in 11.9 seconds. So the bike has a very smooth and linear power output. It does have a decent amount of torque, but it puts it down in a very rider-friendly manner. So next is the hill climb test. I'm going up an 8 to 9% gradient. Speed level 3, using only the throttle. We're doing 22 miles an hour. This bike is just cruising up this hill. Okay, now we're at 20, 19, 18. Well, that was cake. 9% gradient, using only the throttle, like nothing. Let's do something a lot steeper. All right, here we go. Up a much steeper climb. This hill starts at 12% and goes eventually to 15%. We're at the 12% section, doing 12 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour. We're doing good though. Stuck at 9. 8. Okay. Hey, we're gonna make it though. So, 15% gradient with only the throttle. The Urbanite can do it. Fantastic. Next, I want to test out the braking distance from the 3 speed levels. First was from speed level 1, which is 9 miles per hour, which the bike stopped in 6 feet. Next was from speed level 2, which is 13 miles per hour, and the bike stopped in 10 feet. And last is from speed level 3, which is 22 miles per hour, which the bike stopped in 29.5 feet. So overall, the brakes do work really well. They aren't the most powerful brakes, but they do work really good and provide decent stopping power and distance. And the last test, and probably the most important one, is the ride comfort test, where we look at how the bike actually performs in the real world. So the first thing I really want to discuss is the power of the bike, which is surprisingly powerful for a bike at this price point. When only using the throttle, the bike easily gets up to speed, and is able to climb up some pretty steep hills. The power band does have some grunt, but it's a very linear power output that isn't intimidating and makes it extremely comfortable for the rider. And since the power delivery is linear, it makes the bike easily accessible to all rider skill levels. One part that did really surprise me is how powerful the bike actually is when using pedal assist. So when using pedal assist, the bike does have some grunt and makes tackling hills ridiculously easy. But one thing I did notice is that while pedaling, even though you do have pedal assistance up to 22 miles per hour, the bike isn't geared to comfortably pedal at that speed. I feel that the sweet spot for gearing is between 15 and 16 miles per hour. After that, you have to pedal really fast, but if you want to stay relaxed when riding, then 15 miles per hour is for you. And speaking of relaxed, this bike has a very upright seating position that's very relaxing and comfortable. The handlebars also have a nice bend to them and sit high enough where the rider isn't leaning forward. You also sit pretty much in the center of the wheelbase, making it so there's no pressure on the hands and wrist, and the bike never feels wheelie prone when using the throttle. The front suspension fork and padded seat both do a really good job to make the bike really comfortable. The suspension isn't enough to take on huge cracks or bumps in the road, but if you are riding on a regular city street or a bike path like the bike is intended, then you'll find the ride nice, smooth, and relaxing. So far through my extensive testing, the Vipdrive Urbanite 1.2 has held up extremely well to daily use, which at this price point is surprising. The 500 watt brushless motor is almost silent, it's extremely smooth, and has decent acceleration. It's able to cruise at the top speed of 22 miles per hour pretty easily, and could probably go a little bit faster if needed, but it's not really necessary for a bike that was designed for being comfortable. And like I mentioned in the ride comfort section, the bike is surprisingly powerful when using pedal assist, and you can climb up some pretty steep hills. The bike is geared for cruise around about 15 miles per hour or so, but I do kind of wish it had a bigger chainring so the bike could cruise around maybe at 20 miles per hour without having to pedal super fast. But if you're just cruising around a beach boardwalk or leisurely through your town, the gearing's perfect. One aspect I think it really excels at is value and quality for the cost. According to Vipdrive, this bike retails for $460, which makes an exceptional value. But I have seen the bike under $400 on some websites, and for that amount of money, you get a lot of bike. The bike feels more solid than other bikes I've ridden at this price point. Usually at this price, there's some questionable components or quality concerns, but I personally think the build quality, components, and accessories for this price is pretty incredible. It also helps that this is a comfort bike designed for cruising around, so you don't need to have the best fork or wheels, but the components it does have do work really well. If I had a point for a shortcoming on the bike, it's the battery, which is on the smaller side. The bike can still put down some serious miles if you use pedal assist, but if you're using only the throttle, I think you're realistically going to get less than 20 miles per battery. So in conclusion, at this price point, it's hard to beat the Urbanite e-bike. It has a ton of features, it's pretty powerful, comfortable, has good brakes, it comes with a decent amount of accessories, and just is a great value if you're looking for a comfort e-bike that won't break the bank. But if you have any questions or own an Urbanite 1.2 or another Vipdrive bike and want to share your experience, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great one.